Class vs. CRASS, William's charm offensive against America shakes the Sussexes. Hello and welcome to the Princess Diana News YouTube channel. Well guys, what do you think? Today, experts say that Prince William's the charming aggression of during his visit to New York, he captured the hearts of the whole nation. So let's think about what exactly this means. Does this mean that some members of the royal family are watching in Montecito? And are they happy about this news, I wonder? Well, let's get into the details now. Not surprisingly, William was greeted by hundreds of adoring fans as he was touring New York. He attended the second Earthshot Prize, he made an emotional visit to a New York firehouse, and he even spent some time joking around with a rowdy bunch of 60-year-olds after he ran through Central Park. The reason, of course, that William came to New York is because he wants to raise awareness for his Earthshot Awards, which highlight ordinary people who are just trying to help our planet survive. He doesn't have to talk about his deceased mother all the time to get attention. Instead, he focuses on the people around him and feels very comfortable and friendly. Oftentimes, listening to climate change issues can be very difficult. It can make anyone feel discouraged and believe that there is nothing we can do. This is what I love about Earthshot. Earthshot focuses on the small changes that can be made and believes that if we try to make the smallest adjustments possible, things will get better. Royal expert Richard Fitzwilliams also said William's visit was a huge success, and he took a dip in the Hudson River on Monday to see how the Billion Oyster Project has restored his icon status. Referring to a recent Gallup poll in which Williams was named the most admired public figure in America, with King Charles IV, Mr. Fitzwilliams said the results included a striking registration. The American media highly appreciated William's visit. The New York Post reported that William was very warm and genuine, and Fox News reported that William's trip to New York was in stark contrast to Harry's near-disastrous paparazzi drama. When William's visit is compared to Harry and Meghan's recent high-profile city tour, I think the labels elegant and rude are appropriate. Comparing the two brothers, Christopher Anderson, author of The King, told Fox News Digital that it's all about class and anger. He said when Harry and Meghan arrived in New York in May last year, they flew in on a private jet and took with them all the baggage and grievances they had carried over the years. The Sussexes looked set to prove that, like Princess Diana, they were being unfairly persecuted by the press. Almost as if on cue, Harry and Meghan's visit culminated in what was said to be a 2-hour high-speed chase through the streets of Manhattan. A pursuit that seemed impossible to anyone even remotely familiar with the city. Chapter: What a tragedy. This is just another step in Harry and Meghan's feud. The New York Post reported a similar story. They say William's charm offensive actually captivated New Yorkers, who were swept up in royal fanaticism. They said many fans were excited to meet William during his impromptu visit to the city center. While William was there, he visited the FDNY 10 building. What's special about this fire station is that they lost 10 firefighters in the 9/11 attacks on the World Trade Center in 2001. Fans on social media are also excited about Prince William's fire station visit to the city. One user wrote on X that William brings out the best in New Yorkers. I am delighted that my fellow New Yorkers gave him such a warm welcome, they wrote. We're a pretty jaded bunch, but there's something so warm and genuine about William. I don't think the world could ask for a better future monarch than William. I mean, a real king who does not forget his duty, does not leave his homeland, loves his people. I'm sure the New Yorkers were totally bummed that they didn't have to listen to Harry's whining. Prince William is a hit. He's handsome, but Prince Harry always looks miserable. Sometimes it is hard to believe that they are even brothers. One is on his way to becoming a king and the other is just stuck in the past and will always find himself a victim of life. It is a great blessing that William was born first and is the heir to the throne. Americans know a real man when they see one, and William is just that. You see, the truth is that Americans never liked Harry and Meghan. Now the media has accepted it and there is a huge difference. I love that Prince William and King Charles really care about the earth, unlike Harry and Meghan who only care about themselves and making money. I don't think Prince William will get the Earthshot Award recognition he deserves. It's not just a $1 million prize, it's an initiative full of hope and optimism. It focuses on the joy of creativity and innovation in finding solutions for our world. Another thing about William is that he knows how to treat people. I think he's a very good person. He obviously learned this from his mother. He graciously accepted the position he had won as the king's eldest son. He understands his responsibilities but is very approachable. Another thing about the Earthshot is that it's an amazing platform for the winner. This provides them with connections that allow them to truly grow their business while helping save the planet. This is indeed a great initiative. William comes across as a real person because he knows who he is. He doesn't need an excuse. He doesn't go up in the air. He deserves to be seen. He deserves support. He's doing such a great job, so congratulations, William. William will be a wonderful king one day. It's also important to remember that celebrities and public figures are everywhere in New York. New Yorkers can't line the streets for just anyone. He got the best from his mother. He has charm, charisma, sympathy and sincerity. Now come early and come often, William. New Yorkers want to see you again. Meanwhile, back in Montecito, who knows what will happen to Hasband and the Megalodon. Chapter William is as smart as ever no matter what he does. He does everything with great taste. He is a professional. His mission is to focus on something meaningful, rather than himself and his problems. Chapter Now, very good, I will return Caesar's things to Caesar. Harry presented himself in public as a fairly nice and charming guy, and he was quite popular until Meghan came along and convinced him that he was such a negative person, so resentful and hostile. She convinced him that the bad in his life really outweighed the good, and I think that's true for anyone, even more so for Harry. For married women like Sophie and Catherine. It took several years to acquire each of them. Both made mistakes at first, now both are rock stars. Both worked hard, learned their craft, learned from their mistakes. This is life. This is how you succeed in everything that matters. Well, Medusa just flew there. She thought she knew everything from day one because she was the reincarnation of Diana 2.0. She doesn't think she needs to work hard. She didn't have to study for the role, and she certainly never learned from her mistakes. It's really no surprise why she was never good at anything she tried and why everything she did in public failed. Chapter What should I do now that she already knows everything? This is a good point, actually. You made some great points here, Kate. I think Meghan reminds me of a kid who doesn't do well in school and then gets really upset because someone else gets all the credit for getting all A's or whatever. Remember, Meghan is a child who may do well in school but never tries and never learns. That's exactly what's happening here. And then she cries about how unfair it is that someone else gets more credit than her. Meghan doesn't seem like it's really about who you are. Depends on what you do. This is what people care about. No one is going to hunt you down just because you're a great, awesome person, unless you've done something great and amazing that someone noticed. Thanks again for your comment, Kate. As always, it's perfect. Sue Clark said, I have always been impressed by the way royals are able to constantly talk to people from all walks of life and do their homework in advance to ensure they have the knowledge to discuss the work they do for charities and organizations. Deeply impressed. They visited. They must be aware of everything they seem to be, but even if they feel tired, they will never appear tired. I think it all requires grace and skill. You're right, Sue. I don't like when people say the royal family's job is so easy, or that they get paid a lot of money for doing nothing. It's not like that at all. To be honest, I couldn't do their job for a day. This will be very difficult for me. I think that's what most of us do. I think they deserve more respect. So thank you, Sue, for giving credit where credit is due. And then the comment below, Jacqueline, she basically feels the same way. Jacqueline said it must be very tiring. Ekaterina enjoys children's sports and communicating with people suffering from mental illness. She is now studying military science. The other two believed that the royal family could not live without them. Yes, it's a joke. I think they really believe that, Jacqueline, you're right. But just look at the royal family. They are doing so well without those two, dragging them down. Alright, my lovelies, that is all the time that we have now, so thank you so much for watching, and thank you for discussing everything with us. If you think my videos helpful, please don't forget to like and share it with anyone else who would enjoy it anytime you want. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button before you leave to get more updates from Princess Diana News channel. Now, thank you very much for your attention, good night, and I'll see you again tomorrow.